Hey guys, David here, and welcome to Saturday Question and Answer right here on the Digital Outlook channel. Guys, I'm out here shopping with Judy, and she's doing what she loves to do best. And I'll tell you, is she an amazing shopper, to be sure, and I give her much credit for that. But guys, I thought that while we were out and about, I'd come out here, I'd do my Saturday Question and Answer. Now, the question that I want us to contemplate today is one that we're hearing a lot lately, and it's this. Can XRP actually take over Bitcoin's top spot? Now, guys, I'm going to tell you, my personal opinion is it can. Now, the reason I believe that it can is not because I think that XRP is going to hit those prices in terms of dollars that Bitcoin could hit. It's because I believe that XRP, in terms of its market capitalization, is going to literally take over this space. I absolutely do. Now, one thing I want you to consider is this. Back in 2018, XRP actually did take the top spot for this entire digital asset space. And remember this, it was the number 2 coin for most of, the history of this space until the lawsuit came down and it suppressed the price of XRP, and Ethereum took over with that free pass from Bill Hinman. Now, something I want you to consider is this. XRP, it is its utility that is going to conquer all. And the thing is this, market cap really in that capacity isn't going to matter. It's just a metric to measure these things against one another. Now, there are only 2 assets, that have never, and I mean not ever, from the very beginning of the tracking of these digital assets right up until today, that have never left the top 10. That is Bitcoin and XRP. You go research that. It is a fact. The rest of them, they have all fallen out of favor at one point or another, but XRP never has. And you think about it in the capacity of with that lawsuit, that SEC lawsuit suppressing the price of XRP, it still never pushed XRP out of the top 10 for market cap in these digital assets. And guys, that is a major, major deal. But the utility, getting back to the utility, the problems that XRP is going to solve in the wide world are going to be phenomenal. If you think that the cross-border remittances is the biggest problem, guys, yeah, liquidity is a big problem, and solving that nostro-vostro issue with these banks around the wide world, and moving the value along with the message, big killer app. But that is not the overall issue, guys. You got real world asset tokenization, and that is going to be powerful. You have got decentralized identity. That right there is also going to push it, guys. You've also got data integrity and AI going to push it there too. And so many other of these major issues that are going to need to be solved in this, new digital economy. And XRP, guys, it solves them practically better than anything else out there. And think of it this way. When we went through that lawsuit, we heard of a bunch of 1,700 non-disclosure agreements, and we know that some of those are some major banks around the wide world for sure, right? I mean, we're seeing what's going on in Singapore, where you got DBS, Franklin Templeton, and all these guys, working alongside Ripple and utilizing the XRP ledger and all that. You're watching it happen there, guys. Of course, around the wide world, in Spain, you got BBVA, of course, South America, and in Dubai, and on and on and on. And we know that there are a bunch of these banks that do have, these non-disclosure agreements. So I think that's going to get revealed. But it's that use case. That use case in this new digital economy is going to do it, guys. It is going to push XRP bang to the pinnacle of this space. I genuinely do believe it. And on top of that, of course, you got the institutional demand. We're already seeing it right now. I mean, South Korea, which has, by the way, spearheaded every major bull cycle and a price appreciation for XRP in the past. And right now, it is kicking doors down over there on these South Korean exchanges. But guys, you got the exchange traded funds that are also going to drive institutional demand. And that right there is another factor. Now, I want to point something out. Bitcoin, let's give credit where credit is due. It's the granddaddy of them all, right? Started the whole thing off. And by the way, the greatest appreciating asset in the history of mankind. There is no doubt about that. And I do believe Bitcoin will be around. But guys, remember, it is not fulfilling its original use case. It is not going to be the substitute for monetary instruments that it wanted to be. In fact, what are they saying now? Oh, store of value. Now remember, Bitcoin was coming out and it was going to be so decentralized. It was going to be the antithesis of, the banking sector, and how that, criticism of XRP was, oh, it's a banker coin, and all this kind of stuff. Well, when the ETFs came out for Bitcoin, they literally got right underneath the covers of a lot of these major banks around the wide world, because that's who is owning and selling those ETFs. And so that is the store of value thing that they're throwing down for Bitcoin. That is its only major use case, because it cannot do cross-border remittances. It cannot be used as a simple monetary instrument because it can't handle the speed. You cannot tokenize real world assets on it. And you cannot go out there and solve some of these massive major problems in the whole of this new digital economy that they have to overcome. And certainly you can't deal with the interoperability piece and proof of work. Is it ever consuming, and under the scrutiny that it's under, that proof of work system and the power consumption that it uses? Well, XRP doesn't have any of those issues, guys. None. And so I believe there is a day coming that we will absolutely see XRP taking the top spot for all of these digital assets. Guys, that is my personal belief. And I'll tell you what, here we are. We're getting the opportunity to stack these assets big, big, big. Guys, don't listen to this guy trying to make a big noise with a little car. That's what he's doing. It's actually a little Pontiac. And I think he's got some sort of muffler issue over there. I turn it around, maybe you can see it, but there he goes. I'll let him do his thing. I was young too. Guy's about 19, 21 years old or something like that. And of course, that's what you're like. You want to make a lot of noise when you're young, but you really don't get too much out there, do you? Anyhow, guys, I'll tell you what. Don't miss the forest through the trees. Just don't do it, because I'll tell you, the opportunity we have right now to stack XRP at these prices, I believe one day folks are going to literally weep for them. And that is my personal 100% biased opinion. And guys, something to look forward to, because I think this space is bang. It is ready to take off and cannot wait. Now, guys, I'll tell you what, we're going to be back tomorrow with our Sugar on Sunday. Some amazing nuggets of encouragement. Can't wait to see you there. And until then, guys, have a fabulous one and take care.